Hello everyone, welcome to another Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds Clone Campaigns video. Get that view lock off so I can control this. Busy with work, not been on much, but I've popped on today on the regular day off to bring you this video. So gone for something a little bit different this time because I tend to just do like heavy team games or 1v1s, but I thought we'd go in the middle there with a 2v2. This one stood out to me and looked a little bit interesting because it's got myself and Brat versus Kick and Risk, so we're all quite good at the game, know what we're doing, and it's a crazy different map that we tend to not play. It's Nova Assault, so if you play Age of Empires on Steam, they have Gold Rush, and I think that's what it's called, or it's like Gold Lake or something like that, and it's surrounded by shallows. It's sort of similar to this, so the coveted resource of Nova, which is gold, money, it's all in the centre there, so if you get control of that, you know, you can spam out quite a lot of effective high cost units, but you know there's no guarantee that we'll even play around that. We might just kill each other and ignore that, but it certainly would be an interesting map to play games on in the future, because it offers, you know, I guess, a different sort of strategy. The only thing I think that would limit people from playing around it is just the strength of air in this game, because it makes you kind of want to just turtle up and get your tech out, because it can just destroy your workers too quickly. And building forts, you know, in the centre of the map, you kind of overextend yourself in that way. Walls aren't going to do anything against air, air will just fly over them. So, getting into this game, there's some Falumps to lure, there's quite a lot of Yopis as well, that's interesting amount of food that. This Falump has been imprisoned though, in the carbon, that's a shame. We're on berries as well, a lot of berries to eat. So, good amount of food to get yourself up to tech level 2. It seems like there's a couple of nerfs as well that you can eat. I have house mine. Brat is munching his. I'm not sure Risk even has any, unless he's eaten them already. He must have eaten them already. And where is Kick? I can't even find him. Am I blind? Holy shit, what colour is he? Green. Oh, wow, that blends in. He's right up against the edge of the map as well. So there's not really going to be much to say until we get to sort of T2 and see where this goes. I definitely would like to see people play around the centre. Like, there's so much Nova there. There's a big hill as well. You get a fort on that. I don't think there's a hill in the one on Age of Empires. I guess it would make it too strong if someone got right in the centre with a castle. This would be really good to just put a food processor down. Like, they're all 140 food, so it's like 900, 1000 food or something kicking about there. It doesn't seem... oh my god. I really like this map. Really fun for like early trooper rushes or forwards or something to like secure the food, because then you wouldn't have to invest in farms or anything like that. And you could put that carbon out towards walling and maybe an extra troop centre or something. Pretty cool. I guess you'd be all in at that point, but you could put a turret down. And it's like that all over the place. Really wish we played this map more. Okay, getting his carbon on the go. We already got ours. That's horrible. What are you guys doing? Most inefficient workers in the world. What a fucking journey they have to go. So we found Kick. Oh, sorry, we found Risk. There's Kick. He's eating his flumps. Everyone's just sort of getting cracking. Speed up a little bit. There's a troop centre coming down for Brat, so we know what he's up to. Still luring for lumps. See a troop centre out of anyone else? Not as of yet. I don't think he's mounting because he hasn't got a nursery. We can go T2 now. I think we're going T3. So we're going on to Nova. No troop centres, because we certainly got the resources for it. If we ever plan on taking up. There we go. So it looks like Kick's getting the troop centre down. A bit funny that, so Brat's rushing, but his guy's going T3, Kick's rushing, but I'm going T3. Huh. What's the distance? You could technically cross map rush each other as well. It's not that bad. I suppose if we walled like they do in Age of Empires, it would be pretty. This would be a pretty easy wall, wouldn't it? Just something we never really fleshed out that much. Just because the units tend to fly over, or they're really quick running around. So we've hit T2. That's just getting his second troop centre up. Otherwise, he's going to go into ore though, so he could put down some extra turrets to keep himself alive and still get his tech buildings out. Imagine he maybe wanted to just go for Geonosians out of the fort, but he might have to sort of cannibalise that plan to stay alive. Maybe the only one on the OPs. There's so many of them. It's crazy. It's a spaceport coming down for the second building. We're getting a turret to just sort of defend this area as well. It should be quite fine. Brat's sending out his troops now. So he builds like 5, and then he sends them off because you've got all the troops together and you can get the tech while they're running towards your opponent. So that you're not getting the tech first and then rallying the troops out. You get them all together quicker at your enemy. So he's going to pick off these 2 workers. Dead. There we go. He's got some workers coming over, so I think he's going to get some turrets out as well to sort of just support his troopers. Not really any good spots you can turret the carbon though. You could keep him off war. So he is trying to go round as well. There's these rancors waiting for him though. We're starting to be rushed as well. We've got the turret and we're doing a little light wall trick that I did for a very long time. I quite enjoyed this. Because you didn't have to invest 2 turrets worth of ore. You could get your buildings and you still had ore when you tack up as well for extra buildings. Really liked it into like air bases and stuff. Just didn't have to send workers to get ore. And it works because they can't stand on it, so you just put workers in it and it shoots 5 times. Little light walls to sort of reinforce our position there. You can see Brat trying to get in there and pick up some workers, but there's just no really good spots for him to put any turrets on. And these rancors have absolutely ruined his plan and bullied his workers. Still dealing with these, they're so annoying. I think there's like hundreds of them in the centre. You can actually lure them to your opponent. So, I've hit T3. Brat is asking me to hit risk because he's going to go T3. And he's not been able to do enough damage to him. We're still going to have to clear up these troopers. Been quite annoying. Oh, he did manage to get a turret on. It's being a little bit annoying. It's only covering like that. I have to micro the strike, pick these guys off and try not to lose any health. Pull them in the turret. That's nice and fine. So Kick is getting his buildings out because he's in sort of panic mode now. Problem with him though is I don't think he's really got any sort of food economy, does he? These berries are about to run out. He's going to need farms. Still being attacked. There we go. Tuscats this time. Kick has really made friends with the environment here. So Brat's being as annoying as he can. Again, he's managed to get a turret here, which is good. It's very difficult for us to deal with this as well, because he's shorting resources everywhere. And to properly deal with it, he's going to need to get like artillery, or like a pummel, or a bomber. And that's going to cost like extra infrastructure. Which costs carbon, which he's hemorrhaging right now. Brat's looking quite healthy at home with his economy. Just adding on some extra farms now. As these die. Need to get them onto carbon. And we're going to start pressuring Kick here, who's trying to get a wall up. Just to keep these strike mechs out, because you can't really get the units to defend it out. I mean, a couple of grenadiers, I'll probably just out micro them. They're not the best counter. They'll be safer with a wall though, because I can't run up to them. It's got very easy to wall base. But we're going to come in here, and these two guys are just going to die. I don't know why he's running them out like this. I think it's just, you just dodge. So much resources lost. It's like 360 food. What's happening there? Risk over here. She's really getting bullied by this handful of troopers in these turrets. And look at these heroes just waltzing home. Just waltzing home after putting turrets around his base. Right, he's hit T3, but he's in a pretty bad way. We've done some damage to Kick, and we're going to head over to him now. So we can support Brat and see if we could pick up some workers off of Risk as well. As I said, he had to use all that ore that he gathered just to make turrets to keep himself alive. It would have been a little bit better to have put a turret sort of here, so he could keep his ore, keep his food, maybe keep his Nova. Sort of expand his base out. Now we're just going to pressure him as much as we can here. Force him to make Night Destroyers instead of getting extra command centers to repair his worker count. Brat's looking nice and healthy at home. 2 carb spots. Getting a second building. Oddly not in his power core. Guess he'll be making a power droid. And we're getting into these little angles here where we can shoot his workers. So we've given Brat a Night Destroyer just to keep him from any pressure that Risk might put onto him. Because we're probably going to leave soon because we're starting to take a lot of tower shots. You can see how weak a lot of these guys are. He's got this fort now as well, and that's just going to keep him alive. Ugh, that's going to kill a couple of strikes. So we'll need to pull out there. I feel like we could have done more damage to Kick. Didn't necessarily need to come over to Risk there. I guess we have slowed him down from like counter-attacking Brat, which helps Brat get into the game. It's kind of a choice of damage our wing further or make sure that our guy gets in unharassed. These strikes going right round to his carbon. Sit in that spot. And these pigmen need to move them out, sorry. So about now, I'm going to get some extra command centers. I really should use an extra carbon spot. I'll tend to forget these things. Just too busy worrying about other stuff. Yeah, it's just going to settle down for a little bit. The next aggression will probably be Brat doing a push. There's not really much damage you can do to Risk as he currently stands with a fort and the turrets. You can maybe slow him down pushing his command centers out, but it's just going to be a lot of booming. Here comes Kick with a counter attack with strikes. Pick off a couple of workers. He's got some decent upgrades for them as well. Kind of stuck in there. He's got better upgrades in there. Not sure about the strike v strike fight here. Should really get some Night Destroyers out. Getting fucked by the wall. Superior AI right there. So Kick's picked off quite a few workers there. I think he's only on one command center though. So he's going to fall behind quite a bit. as we all start sort of getting extra workers. Got 3 command centers now. Comes Risk with a Geonosian warrior out of his fort. Try and be a little annoying there, pick off a couple of workers. Bit late to get good damage out of that though. So I'm not really sure what's next in this game. I did say that Brat might do a push, so he is sending out quite a lot of strike mechs now. I'll look for some damage. It is a very well defended spot. The thing about Risk is he just doesn't have a huge worker count right now because of the damage he's taken. These are quite well upgraded, so they will trade decently with the Mech Destroyer. Oh, kicks pressure on Brat now. A lot of his defense is his own strike mech, so he's losing a wee bit here. But he does have my Mech Destroyer in his own one. So I should push these back. Looks like we're planning a little push on a kick there, but we've come back to try and deal with strikes. These Geos being annoying to Brat as he tries to raid. There's nothing more annoying than that signal flare going off that you're being attacked. Especially when you know about it. Nobody really thinking about the middle. I suppose a lot of the units that we use are food and carbon, like the Novas, like more supporty units. Or like really late game that you start spamming Nova units out. Could really change though if it adjusted playstyles to it. If we were going for like artillery and lots of grenadiers or something on T3. I guess maybe Jedi Knights, but they get kited quite well with strike mechs. And obviously bounties destroy them. So. Oh, here we go. First patron of the Nova middle. Getting a command center, getting an anti-air turret, securing that. Kick's got a very anti-mech force there with the grenadiers. Risk is still just on 2 command centers. He's got a fort up here. Strange. Brat's starting to boom. So we're going to be on 5 command centers. Kicks on 3. He's only got a lot of strikes. I think he's just going to look to go T4. Like he's got a research center now as well. Like, I think he's just going to go T4 strike mechs. Which, unless he does like a hell of a lot of damage with it, he's going to be quite behind us in tech and workers. Heavy weapons factory, like that. The medium turrets from Risk here. I don't know why he's built a 4th one. Expand his base out. There you go. So he's going for like a turret defensive to sort of deal with all these strike mechs that Brat keeps throwing at him. I don't know what happened there. Is it grenadiers or? I think they just got hit with a lot of MDs. Oh well. Yeah, his Grens are at home. I think he just lost a lot of strike mechs. Probably very weak from all the raids he's been doing. Just got 1 tapped. He's certainly caught up on the upgrades and overtaken them now, I think. Oh, they're about the same. Okay. But we've definitely caught up on those. Brat's a little bit behind on those. But these are just starting to get shredded really quickly. They're not being as... I think they've just sort of fallen off as being a good harassing tool. Until they get some upgrades in T4. Everyone's got a lot of damage upgrades and range on their turrets and forts and Mech Destroyers. So here come these heavy weapon factories. They're going to look to get artillery out, which are, you know, they cost a bit Nova, so be good use of this. Brat's coming here as well, he's getting involved. Whereas these two, not really going to be in the, the center there. So Brat running in, try to pick off grenadiers, but he gets, I think he might have research tracking, so the Grens will actually follow. Which means that they sort of lock on the target and the grenade will follow the units. Getting the artillery. We're going to use our units just to keep the artillery going, so just to support them, and they'll be the sort of big damage dealers to both buildings and units. Because that huge area of effect damage that they do. I think Risk is just really having a hard time catching up. It's being annoying with these Geonosians though, running around picking off workers. It's stopped Brat getting his command centre up here. We've got a nice little T3 army, that'll be great as soon as we go into T4 as well and get upgrades on them. They'll do a lot of damage. And because of the tech path that Kick's gone, he doesn't have anything that would actually stop this. Like, strike mechs aren't going to stop this. Grenadiers are not going to stop this. They don't get the same sort of bonus against the artillery. And Brat discussing that Kickstart's going to go for heavy strike mechs in T4 because he's just hit T4. So what we're going to do is we're just going to push on him now, just to sort of shorten his options and try and make him deal with the push rather than come out and harass our economies with the strike mechs. You can see that that upgrade seems to go quite quickly, and he's moving out across the map, but he is probably going to see us here. Yeah, might just glimpse us moving over. Shooting Tusk Cats proactively because they're fucking annoying and don't want them hitting our units. Mucking up the AI, maybe doing friendly fire. Lost a lot of workers there. It really can't be. These things just kill workers really quickly. Oh, don't pull the units back. Just go fight them. Go kill them. Even Brat telling me, just go for the base. Just go for the base. Brat running in, trying to get some damage. Stop him reinforcing his ball of strikes. Just need pressure. Brat up to tricks here, with fast fighters. He's killing a lot of workers. We just need to push. Kick's engaged us. They're actually trading quite well. I don't think that's good for him though, because he needs to do more damage. I guess he stops our push in that, but you know, we can reinforce it. But he's just lost a lot of workers. He needs to be dealing with Brat, he needs to be damaging Brat. Because Risk is just booming heavily. Like, he needs to get into the game. We're doing alright now. There's new balls at home. Brat's managed to get his fighters out now, so what he's going to do is he's going to pick off as much of Risk's workers as he can, and Kicks. And they won't see it coming because we haven't had any air, so they've not built anti-air turrets, and Risk especially, that money that he would spend on anti-air turrets, he's put on turrets for ground units, medium turrets. So split the units up, pick as much workers off, they pretty much just one-tap them. Very good for shock and awe of the workers. This is forcing Kick to trade with us again with the strike max. Which is fine by me because we're not actually taking any economic damage, whereas he is. And if he trades his units with me and he takes economic damage, he can't reinforce them. He's called GG and he's basically just quitting out. Risk as well, taking a lot of worker damage. Not really much they can do. Risk has just been too behind all game to really have an impact. Kick's kind of just been on his own trying to damage two players, which is a losing battle. Would have liked to see more of the Nova in the middle though. Maybe some forts up and stuff. But at least we did make use of it in some capacity. Risk probably Talon Kick to stay in the game, but there's nothing he could do with these medium turrets everywhere. He's even built them here. I don't even think he's been getting strike mech'd for the longest time either. He's just trying to be hip and trendy with the medium turrets. But anyway, that looks like the end of this game, so I'll try and do more videos as I can. Just been busy with work. If there's anything you'd like to see from the channel, any game content or any types of games or game modes, you know, leave a comment and I'll certainly look into it. As always, take care of yourselves, guys, and I wish you all the best. Ciao.